All right. Get into your Pilates pants, buy yourself some flowers, take a seat. We're going to discuss the new Miley Cyrus single called Flowers. This is from Endless Summer Vacation, the album coming out
March 13th.
March 13th. There's a lot coming out in March.
February, March. We're excited.
Yeah, so this came out a few days ago. We watched the music video. We've listened to it in good headphones a few times. Mm-hmm. We don't have as much thoughts as our Plastic Hearts video, which I recommend you watch. But we got some stuff to say.
Yeah. Do you have anything like you really want to start off with, or some context, or?
Mostly, I want to talk about how this was kind of a grower.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Plastic Hearts, like I put it in, I hit play, I'm like, love it.
Yeah.
You know, especially that opener.
It really comes in strong.
Yeah. There's just so much about that first song, and especially the kind of first half of that album that I instantly liked and was drawn to. Now, I was hoping that she would continue in that direction.
Right.
And I think you probably were too, right?
Yeah. So as I was thinking about this song, both of us have kind of mentioned before that like the funky 70s revival is not really our thing most of the time. And so, when we first heard the single is out and there's a music video, we put the music video on, it comes on, and then that funky bass kicks in and we're both kind of like, again with this, because it just seems like so done right now. So I think my main thought of this is like, I can see why she wants to move on from the rock era, because you don't want to just do the same thing again, obviously. Right. But like, what if you took some of like what they were doing on Bad Karma, the sort of like pushing forward of the rock production with weird samples and things like that, and then sort of combined it with this a little bit of a different vibe of the song. And so instead of funky bass, you just had, I don't even know, but something just a little weirder, more unexpected, a little rougher. It's supposedly sort of a revenge song, so I would have loved a little more bite to it, personally.
Yeah, kind of instead of a complete 180, just using it as a stepping stone.
Moving forward of the idea.
Yeah, I agree. Is to hear this one a little more stripped down and simple and kind of fitting in with the whole, like you're saying, the like funky revival thing. Yeah, it feels like it's been going on for a long time. At this point, it's kind of inescapable, and it almost seems like, it's almost like the country album. It's like everyone's got to do it. Everyone's going to get to do one. You know?
Yeah. Well, and the thing I really noticed listening to it on headphones the second time is that the vocal take actually really fits with the whole kind of rock vibe. It's a sort of a pulled back version of what she was doing on Plastic Hearts, which is so interesting of an idea. But I don't think that's where she's going with this album. I'm not going to just say like, oh, I give up because this whole thing's going to be funky. Yeah. I'm curious to see what else is going on here.
Because Plastic Hearts had some ballads that weren't rocky.
Right.
So we don't know what's going to be on this album. I'm still excited for it. I'm glad you mentioned the vocal take, because this is what I'm realizing is my favorite thing about Miley Cyrus is you're going to get that grit. She has that natural rasp. She leans into it in the production. And I mean, this goes, so nerdy into production stuff, but I'll just say like down to like, I'm sure it goes even down to like microphone, choosing the right mic.
Which microphone they pick. Yeah.
You just always get that grit from her vocal. It's like you don't have to like add, how like when we're recording, I'm adding like a little bit of gain to your vocals to like dirty it up a bit, give it that bite. Yeah. It's like you don't have to with hers. It's just there naturally.
It's just natural gain.
Yeah. And I did also enjoy my headphone listen. Like we watched the music video when it came out on our TV, and it's just like TV speakers, and I wasn't as into it. But listening to it on the headphones, I can say what I do like about this type of music that's been sort of coming back for quite a while now is when they really nail that kick drum and bass, like deep, powerful, clean production.
I did like the percussion for sure. And I think also the music video kind of is distracting when you're first listening to the song too, because I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the video.
It's an odd one.
It's we'll get into this a tiny bit. We're not really a gossipy channel, but just the info's out there that this is supposedly about Liam Hemsworth and their marriage and their relationship, and so there's a lot of like references to that. And as someone who had like no idea beyond like remembering vaguely she was with a Hemsworth at one point.
Right.
There's pointed references that big fans of hers are going to get. Like the Pilates apparently was like, they used to do Pilates together.
Yeah, I know.
And so we're just watching it like, why is she doing Pilates right now?
Yeah, I was a little confused by the music video. I like the end when she's sort of dancing on the rooftop by herself, and there's all these like lights that seem like they're from like helicopters.
She looks badass in this video, though. She looks amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a hernia. I can't do those rope exercise things, you know. But like, it's and totally
every time
badass.
she changes outfits and emerges, you're like, whoa, she looks good.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, it's not a celebrity gossip channel here, but I guess we can get into a little bit. There's some references, at least fans believe there's some references to the Liam Hemsworth relationship. He says, you know, our house burns down or whatever in the song, which their house did unfortunately burn down in the wildfires.
Which is weird because that's like a common lyric. You see, like, in those kind of lyrics.
Not often literal.
So I never thought it was literal. I was like, oh, there's that lyric again.
Yeah, maybe it's the first time it's actually literal. And you know, the song released on his birthday. Ooh. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff going on there, but it's not really what we talk about here. But what I do find interesting is how related it is to the Bruno Mars song, When I Was Your Man.
Which supposedly was sort of like their song or a song he would like dedicate to her. So you didn't see that part of the article,
I didn't see that part. Okay.
Yeah, so that's another reference to the relationship.
Gotcha. Okay, man. Well, she's taking some shots.
She's really going for it. Like, you know, I don't know. It's so much long later. If still dwelling on it is really healthy, but if she's getting some good songwriting material out of it, you know, that's an artist thing to do.
Getting that aggression out.
Yeah, she's got to work it through. You know, you got to work it out.
Hey, I always appreciate some tea spillage.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So you know, these references to the Bruno Mars song are interesting because you got like in When I Was Your Man, you know, I should have bought you flowers or something.
Yeah.
Every line like that he's saying.
It corresponds, yeah.
In the Miley song.
I can buy myself flowers.
Yeah. That's really cool. I think it's such a cool, clever thing that really showcases, it kind of fits with the music video of like being more independent and stuff.
Yeah, I like this kind of idea. I mean, you can say it's a little petty on the one hand. On the other hand, it's like, this is something that I think isn't appreciated as often in pop music as like the love song type of a thing. I mean, there's plenty of songs like throwing shade at relationships or whatever, but this whole idea of like, you're a whole person without somebody, and not just necessarily in that like girl power, like, way. It's like, there's like a person you can be by yourself. You can care more about yourself. You can think more about yourself. You can spend time with your friends. You can do things that you want to do without anyone else like having this say in it. Even a healthy relationship, you have to be thinking of each other all the time. So like this time that you have outside of that can be really amazing. Yeah. And there's an aspect of that song that celebrates that, which I think is really great.
I agree. That's the coolest kind of triumph of the song. And it's really important. I mean, we've been together since 2009. And it's an important part of our relationship. I'll take myself out to lunch sometimes. Maybe I'll make that the hook of our next song.
Take myself out
I'll
to lunch. Myself out to lunch.
You know, it's important to retain yourself. And I think to sort of put that into a song, you're absolutely right. It's sort of a rare thing.
And there's a lot of, you know, we've been in an era of, you know, society where we're kind of moving out of it a little bit, but where like romantic relationships have really been seen as this like be all end all thing and rom-coms and all that. And love songs and music is a big part of that, where you'll get a lot of songs that are like, you're my everything and I do anything for you and I give myself up for you. And like, maybe not, maybe you should not do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you should not.
That isn't healthy, and I'm glad we're moving away from it. So, you know, if there's a main takeaway here, I'd say it's that. It's that's an important message, an important thing to put out into the world. And that I'm excited for this album. Endless Summer Vacation. What an album name.
I know. And people like a little bit of a Carly Rae Jepsen burn, but people were talking about this like, oh, a summer album that comes out before the summer.
The context being...
The Beach House was like a main single, and there was like a lot of there was a lot of summery stuff on. What was the name of that? The Loneliest Time.
Yeah, which came out in August.
October. I think so.
Whoa. No, I think maybe you're right. I think it came out in October.
In October.
This is a better move. Get ahead of it. Put it out in March. Build up to like those festival slots in the summer. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for this rollout. I'm interested to hear what else is on this record.
This apparent love letter to LA.
Oh, that's right. A love letter to LA. That sounds interesting. I mean, that's nothing new either, but I want to hear her take on that.
Everyone's LA is different.
Yeah. Just ask the Chili Peppers. They're always talking about...
Flashback to our video, we were just talking about My Chemical Romance. I read they had a song that was Nobody Needs Another Song About California.
Yeah.
But Miley, we want to hear your songs about California.
Looking forward to it. What do you guys think of this single? What do you think of the music video? Is there anything we got horribly wrong factually? Let us know in the comments. And stick around, because we'll definitely be talking about whatever follow-up single comes next, and we'll talk about the album when it comes out. And hey, one more shout out. Check out our video on Plastic Hearts, because that was a really fun one that I enjoyed a lot. Thanks for watching. This is Not Every Single. I'm Joe.
And I'm Stephanie.
See you next time.
Bye.